Alright, so I got a unique video today, one that's way different than the other ones I've done. I'm doing a Call of Duty tier list. Hey, I know everyone does a tier list, but I just wanted to try one and rank them out, because I've never really done this with the Call of Duty games. And I grew up on them. I don't play them much now. The past two I really have not even touched. So, if you agree with them, or if they're super controversial, let me know in the comment section if you watch. Alright. So I'm just going to get rid of the ones that I haven't played yet. So that's COD 1, COD 2, COD 3, Call of Duty World at War, and the rest I have played. First one is MW3. All I have to say is what a great one to start off at. This Call of Duty gave me so many fond memories as a kid. Me and my friend at the time would just play split screen for hours and hours into the next morning, playing Search, TDM, 2v2 on the map Erosion and Aground. Man, and in my opinion, this Call of Duty was the best for Infected. Just all the parkour, there was something special about Infected in this game. And you had Money in the Dank, which I loved. Maps were also great. Interchange, Bootleg, Dome, Hard Hat. So this to me has to go in S tier. And how long has it been? It's been years since I played that game, but Sandman, RIP Sandman, still affects me. Now COD 4, as I said, MW3, I was around 8 at the time, so COD 4 was a little before my time, but I will rank it off of the remaster. I loved a lot of the weapons, especially the M4A3, great maps from Backlot, Crash, Vacant, and the campaign was great. I mean, it's an overall great Call of Duty. And just out of respect to the original, I'll put it in a B. It should probably be an A. Some people would probably put it higher, but I just did not play the game in its prime. I really didn't. So I can't really rank it that high in my eyes. Modern Warfare 2 was another one that was just a little ahead of my time, where I just played it a year after its prime. I went back to it and played it, and I played it here and there at my buddy's house, but I never really played it that much. But just out of respect, and just for the times that I have played it, it's an automatic, it's got to be automatic S tier. Automatic. Now, Black Ops is another great Call of Duty and was one of the first video games I ever played. That and Need for Speed, which was a banger. First thing I touched on this was campaign, and wow, just the characters. Woods, Mason, Reznov. I mean, the list goes on and on. What a campaign. It had great zombies, which absolutely gave me the chills. I really couldn't play Kino that much. You know, I'd go in there every once in a while, and I just shake. I couldn't do it. And then with the multiplayer, I mean, come on. I mean, all I have to say is Galil, Commando, L9, FAMAS. I mean, the map, Summit, Nuketown, Jungle, Firing Range. And you talk about side modes. Sticks and Stones and One in the Chamber in Black Ops. Oh my god, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen right there. Put the icing on the cake. One of the best multiplayer theme songs ever. I mean, this is an automatic S tier, automatic. Now the next one, BO2, and this one is my all-time favorite. It's an automatic in the front S tier for me. Got the DSR, the Ballista, the Scorpion Evo. I mean, so many great guns. The sniping was amazing. I mean, talk about the peak of FaZe Clan. And really, ever since that Call of Duty in my eyes has just dipped so hard. Next one, we got Ghost. I never really played this one that much just because I was always stuck on BO2. I did not leave that game for a long time, so I never really tapped into Ghost that much. So I'd probably have to put it in a C tier because it wasn't terrible. It's just it wasn't all that for me. Then Advanced Warfare. This one gets a lot of hate, and that's fair. It's definitely fair, but this Call of Duty really tried something new, and that's something the rest of these new Call of Duties have not done ever. You look at the new Call of Duties, Cold War, Modern Warfare 2, they're all just take the same format, change the style up a little bit just visual-wise. It feels like the same game. There's nothing new about it. With Advanced Warfare, yeah, the weapons weren't all that great, and it was really just was not well accepted at that time. It tried something new. And in all honesty, the first couple months of that game, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this game the first couple months. So I gotta put it C. I'm putting it C tier. Black Ops 3. I'm gonna put this one in A tier. I thought about S, but it really, honestly, BO3, the campaign, did it even have a campaign? I can't even remember. No, it had a campaign, didn't it? BO4 didn't have a campaign. BO3, I think, had a campaign, but I never touched it. The zombies was outstanding. One of the best zombies. It was the best zombies ever. The multiplayer was great. It didn't connect with me a whole lot, but I did enjoy it. I did have great times with it, but I really stuck to the zombie side of that Call of Duty, but it's definitely got to be A tier. Infinite Warfare. This one was really hated at the time, and honestly, it's still hated for me. I got to put trash. There's nothing. I never enjoyed this game. I don't even think I have 3 hours playtime on this game. Maybe a little because I dabbled a little in the zombies, but other than that, my playtime on this is probably 3 hours. That's it. I don't even really have the right to have an opinion on this game because I did not play it that much. That's how much I was just out from the get-go. Like, man, that game sucked. World War II. Now, this game, I will admit, at the start, I did enjoy it a little bit, but I could not tell you a single weapon in that game, and I could not tell you a single map. I'm being dead honest. And for that reason, I really didn't enjoy it that much. I'll put it trash. I mean, I put it in the trash because really, it just did not connect with me at all. Now, Black Ops 4. This one might be the most controversial one in my list. I'm putting it in A tier. I'm putting it in A tier. And here is why. I thoroughly enjoyed the multiplayer. I enjoyed the multiplayer more than BO3's. Honestly, I really did. And if it wasn't for the special disc, I would have really loved it. You know, part of that is probably the whole Dark Matter grind. But I enjoyed the Dark Matter grind because I enjoyed the multiplayer and the weapons. I enjoyed the weapons, the Hades, the Swordfish, the SOG, the Spitfire, the ICR, all of those weapons I loved. And the maps, I enjoyed many of the maps. And the zombies. That zombies got really a lot of hate in the zombies community. But I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it's nowhere near, I didn't like it nowhere near as much as BO3. But I did enjoy BO4 Zombies. So for me, like I said, it's got to be an A, which is probably way too high for many people. But I just, man, that's my honest opinion on BO4. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. Now, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. In all honesty, it has grown on me a little bit. During the time of that game, I really didn't like it that much. I didn't. Hands down, I did not. I'm going to have to put it in a B. Put it in B because of Warzone. Warzone literally pumped it up for me. The multiplayer-wise, it was alright. The campaign-wise, it was alright. And I'm not that huge of a Warzone guy anyways, but the original Warzone, that hands down, was totally fun. And I could totally put it in A tier, but for some reason, just recalling back when I played that game, I really didn't enjoy it that much. It just doesn't reach these A and S tiers for me, so I just got to put it in B. Now, Cold War, I honestly really didn't enjoy this game at all. I got to put it in trash because the multiplayer just felt exactly like Modern Warfare. It did. I mean, it just had different visuals and they had different guns, but it just felt the same. You know, the menu screen was the same, and it just felt like a repeat, and it did not, the multiplayer totally did not grab my attention at all at the time. Zombies, which I only liked the first map, and after the first map, it felt so bare bones and basic, and compared to BO4 and BO3 with those really challenging Easter eggs. I mean, you had BO3 where it had difficult Easter eggs, but they were easy enough, and the steps were, you know, they were fun Easter eggs. BO4, yeah, I can admit, got to a little bit too much of the little, you know, ticky-tack steps and stuff like that, but still I enjoyed it. Cold War, not a shot. Vanguard, never played. I mean, honestly, after these Call of Duties, I just stopped playing them. You know, and part of that's me getting older. I get that. My interests change because I don't play that many video games anymore at all. But I feel like nowadays, COD's totally not really in the mix for mainstream games. I mean, they are. But what I'm trying to say is, like, when I was younger, like 8, 12, 13-ish, Call of Duty was the main game. That was the main game. You know, BO2 was rocking, MW3 was rocking. Call of Duty was the main game. And now, after more years, it's not. It's really faded. Part of that, like I said, it's because they won't adapt or they won't change anything. It's the same old clunky game. The newer generations, like the 12-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 10, 9, they're not even, I don't even think they're really touching Call of Duty. Yeah, maybe some, but I don't think the majority's on Call of Duty. Really lost its touch in my eyes. Modern Warfare 2, I only played the beta. It felt so much like Modern Warfare. I didn't really, yeah, it's probably a good Call of Duty. The Warzone, wasn't really a fan of. Anyways, that's the tier list. It might totally be off. You know, you're probably looking at some of them, if you've made it this far into the video for one, probably looking at some of them like, what? Hell no. BO2, MW3, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops are the GOATs in my opinion. They're the GOATs. Anyways, I hope someone enjoyed this, found this a little entertaining. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Peace.